Okay, this particular unit had a leak somewhere in the system. The leak was not at the Schrader valves, so it's possibly evaporator coil, possibly somewhere else, you know, possibly in the condenser somewhere, in between all the fins, who knows. Anyway, I've got a great product here. It's this HVACR Super Seal. Stuff works great. What we got to do is come over here, pull the disconnect, turn the unit off. I'm going to trace the conduit back, find which one is my system, and pull the disconnect here. It looks like I pulled the wrong one. Okay, this Super Seal here is going to repair any leaks I have in the system, and so I wanted to go through this for you. It's got pretty easy instructions in the kit. In some areas you will have to vacuum out any air from the line. In my area it's actually okay to use the refrigerant to purge any air from the line. So let me show you this here. I gotta remove this little sticker here. There's my other one, which is tricky if you're wearing gloves. You need to wear gloves when performing this deal, or anytime that you're working with refrigerant. That'll prevent you from getting frostbite. You can get some nasty frostbite from refrigerant, especially when you're disconnecting the high side. It's under pressure and puts out a lot of refrigerant when I first pop the line off. But you always want to use these quick connect deals when you're hooking up to refrigerant. You don't want to use just the slow connect deals, because that'll leak a lot of refrigerant as well as possibly the frostbite. Okay, so we've got our hose line here that I'm going to hook up to our can. We don't want to pierce the can yet with the top here. What we want to do is go ahead and hook it up to our service valve, and the refrigerant will go into the hose as it depresses the Schrader valve. Once that's on there, we're going to crack the valve here just by untwisting a little bit to purge any air from the line. Okay, so now we purge the air from the line using the refrigerant from the system. Again, this is okay in my area in California. Other areas it's not okay. You'll need to vacuum. Anyway, now we go ahead and pierce the can by turning the top valve here. That will pierce the can. And then we go ahead and reopen it to let the refrigerant into the can and the can's contents into the system. You can hear it running through there. Flip it upside down. Now the can's starting to get warm to the touch as its ingredients are mixing with the refrigerant. And we wait about 5 minutes. Okay, so now we want to invert the can, let it mix with the system, and then go ahead and turn the unit on. So we'll go ahead and do that, plugging the disconnect back in. Starting the system. Whoops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to drop you. Anyway, now the system's charging up. We got the Freon going in, and we just need to wait for it to empty. Once the can is empty, which will take about 5 minutes or so, then we just let the system run for 20 minutes and we're good. What it'll do is it'll run through the system. If there's any small micro leak in the system, in the evaporator coil, in the condenser coil, whatever, it'll seal that leak. And the nice thing about it is, after it seals that leak, whatever's left in there will continue to cycle through the system, and if another leak develops, it'll seal that leak too. So it's kind of a neat deal. These things are about 50 bucks, maybe 55 bucks for this can. Only one problem, possible problem, is if you had moisture in the system, which is always a problem anyway. Again, it'll cause acid to develop in the system as the moisture mixes with, you know, the air. The moisture in the air mixes with the refrigerant. It'll turn to acid, start to corrode your deal. But if you had moisture in the system, and it will mix with this super seal, and it will cause the compressor to slug and to get stuck. I've had that happen where I did do a leak install and there must have been some moisture in the system, and all of a sudden the compressor wouldn't start. On that particular system, what I had to do was install a second hard start kit, and it's still running. This has been 3 months now. I don't have any leak on it, but I do have to run that system with 2 hard start kits, which is not a big deal. But anyway, I thought I'd share that with you.